Joining us now is Marian Bull from the Food and Travel Editor GQ. She's here to tell us the best travel tips from booking hotels to the top airline drinks during flight. Let's start there.
Thanks for having me.
Okay.
So the best drinks on every airline is probably what you were talking about, right?
Yeah. I didn't know there was
any.
Yeah.
Ran recently that people were really excited about basically like what if you're on an American flight, if you're on a Delta flight, if you're on a JetBlue flight, like what's the best drink you should be buying on your plane? Because like everybody, you're a little bit crowded, you're a little uncomfortable. And one thing that we realized is that wine on planes has never been great, and it's going to take it a while to be great. But the beer selection on planes actually improving over the past couple of years. There are a lot of really great craft beers that you can find on planes.
What's the best one, for example?
Like Lagunitas, a couple of airlines have that, which is a great
we're showing it right now.
Craft brewery out of California.
Yeah, okay. Woodford Reserve.
Bourbon on American.
Yeah, on American. A couple places have Lagunitas. And then also, depending on where your flight is, a couple of airlines are doing like, if you're flying out of Colorado, maybe they have a Colorado beer. If you're flying out of, I don't know.
This is, so like Spirit Airlines, I found this, Kavitha, can you go to my site first, my computer for a second? All right, so Spirit, I had a very unique experience flying Spirit a week ago. All right, look at this. This is Spirit doesn't make Spirit doesn't mess around, okay?
Oh, the Buzzballs, yeah. Oh, I saw them.
Okay,
I saw them,
You're on a Spirit airline, you're jammed in there, you got no room, you're trade
You had to pay for your carry-on.
You got to pay for your carry-on.
Everything more leg room.
This is like, guys, come to me, shoebox me. That's like, you're on Spirit Airlines, you just need to get intoxicated. And they don't even mess around. The drink is called a buzzball.
What is a buzzball?
I think it's a wine cooler, no? Or it's canned wine.
I think, can you choose?
No, it says Tequila Rita. Yeah, a ginger mule.
It's a
that
drink,
looks kind of good.
It's a drink that comes in a canned ball.
So, yeah, I'd say the marketing is a little interesting. But canned cocktails are also coming into fashion right now.
Into vogue?
Yeah, and we're sort of moving past the Mike's Hard and into a more
I'm going to buy these for the summer. When Peter comes out to my house this summer, I'm going to make him drink
just a cooler full of
You can toss them around. It's like
imagine
a
I have someone fancy come over. I have one of my investors come over, and I'm like, oh hey Jeremy, glad you come to the house. Jeremy Lou from Lightspeed. I'm like, hey Jeremy, glad to have you over. Would you like a glass of water or a buzzball?
He'd be like, say what?
Face.
Like we're gonna have a nice T-bone on the grill and also a wide selection of buzzballs.
Everything I'm gonna do super fancy. Maybe I'll even get caviar and
all vegan.
All vegan and a buzzball.
Why not?
Do it and then report back to me. Maybe we can run a story.
There's 15%. No, Kavitha, that can't be right. Kavitha's saying it has 15% alcohol.
ABV.
That's high, right?
15?
Yeah.
It's like a glass of wine.
All right, let's continue.
Enough to give you a buzz.
I don't want to totally derail your segment.
That's okay.
What else were you here to talk about?
Booking.
Booking. One thing that we ran a story about recently was about when everyone knows booking a hotel in a place that you're not familiar with can be hard, extremely stressful.
Yeah.
And so one of our sort of travel correspondents, his name is Mark Byrne. He's a huge fan of TripAdvisor, not for reading the reviews,
pictures.
But for looking at the pictures.
That's what I do too.
And it's the most honest representation of what your hotel room actually looks like, because everybody has professional photographers, and they're making their tiny little rooms look as great as possible. So the user-submitted photos are actually the most honest representation you can find of what your hotel room actually looks like.
Okay, now going back to the drink thing a little bit, unless John has something.
No, I wanted to. I regretted moving on from that topic as well, Kristen. I did as well.
Bars, airport bars, right? You can get buzzed before you even get on the plane. Are there airport bars you recommend? Or changing trends for the airport bars?
That was about airport bars that actually kind of feel like neighborhood bars. There's one in Chicago Midway Airport that's a really well-loved Chicago Irish bar. That's
I've flown through there so many times. What is the Irish bar?
I forget what it's called. But
Riley's Daughter. There it is. Riley's Daughter.
Okay, so Midway.
It's in the food court.
Okay, so it's the south side of Chicago. Midway is like a tiny, tiny airport. Southwest flies there. Only a few airlines fly there. But if you're going to Chicago, you used to be able at least to save money flying into Midway versus O'Hare.
Yeah.
Right.
And they've got a good bar, which I never, unfortunately, took advantage of.
Well, now you can next time.
Okay, an excuse to go to Chicago. Anyway, let's pull up the map again. You can explain some of the other ones? We'll get the map on the screen about the other airport bars.
One of my favorite ones that I've been to, I didn't write the story, but one of our contributors did, but Cask and Larder in Orlando is a wonderful restaurant. It's bright and airy and light filled. There's a tree with mason jars hanging from it, which fine.
Yeah.
But it's the only time I've ever had a nice salad in a restaurant, and they also have a bar where you can sit and space for your laptop and plugs. And it's just like an extremely pleasant experience, which I feel like is so rare in airports these days.
The ramen restaurant at Newark Airport is pretty good too.
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. The amazing thing also about airport bars is the liquor is actually pretty affordable. Like for a double, they always offer you a double, and you can get that
They're
for like
trying to upsell you.
$12.
Yeah.
A double's like $12 at Fridays in LaGuardia.
I didn't know that. Surprisingly, I've never ordered a double at Fridays in LaGuardia.
Well, add it to the list.
But next time I'm
If
flying
you're traveling
out to
this
LaGuardia,
summer.
I'm going to head to
Also,
that TGI
you also
Fridays.
need to wear a poncho when you go to LaGuardia.
Here we go.
And Penn Station, LaGuardia.
Just in case.
I want to film an episode at LaGuardia Airport.
Just a day in the life.
man.
What it's real summer travel, the grind of summer travel,
I do think,
especially
though,
flying
that
in
you
and
should
out of
always
LaGuardia.
build in time before you get on your flight to have a drink at the airport bar, even if it's a bad airport bar.
Right.
You should build in time to have a
You
drink
should
at the airport
build
bar.
in time to have a drink at the
Well,
airport.
I
Like
think
20 minutes.
I think these days the traffic is so unpredictable. Going to almost any major airport now, you could get to LAX in 20 minutes or 2 hours. You could get to JFK
Awful,
from
yeah.
here in 20. So basically, I mean, I've had 2 flights now, and I'm pretty neurotic, and I give myself an hour to get to the airport and an hour at the time. I leave 2 hours before the flight, domestic.
Right.
It's cutting it close these days in New York.
It's so tricky with traffic and everything. So, you know, I always say like, and I'm not usually on time to things, so
Yeah.
I always try to build in a little extra time to just be on time in case maybe security is crazy,
Yeah.
maybe they're
Yeah.
understaffed that
So
day.
you know what's also going on,
traffic.
the big opportunity this summer too, is so Peter's going to Jazz Fest. He had worked for like, Peter had worked for like 4 days in LA, and that was enough, so he had to take a bunch of days off. And
Jazz Fest is going on now, right?
well,
It
yeah,
just
so
started?
he went to Jazz Fest. He and Jenny last night were at the airport, and I called Peter. I called him because I wanted to call him before he left on his vacation because I didn't want him to have too much vacation.
Of course.
And they got bumped, and rather than getting one, no, they did a voluntary bump, and rather than getting one of those BS travel credits,
Yeah.
they got a cash gift card for $1,500 each.
Where were they flying?
They were
Or
flying
what
to
airline,
Louisiana.
What airline were they flying?
I don't know, and I don't want to get it wrong, you know, but like a major carrier.
Wow. You know what I was
I
gonna-
haven't seen that before.
Well, because it's now, since they started beating people up, now they have to give real cash
Yeah.
to be able to get.
A
people-
recent trend in the past 3 weeks.
Now they no longer beat you up. Now they give you cash to get off the plane.
Yeah, Cheddar, if you want to,
That's a new thing.
if you want to escape that. Anyway, well, speaking of that and some of the recent trends that we've seen, some of the unfortunate incidents with the travel experience, speaking to the drinks thing, has it ever been a case where someone's had to have been breathalyzed on a flight? Have you ever heard of that because of a situation that's gone out of control?
Oh, they pull people over, don't let them on the plane for being drunk all the time. I've seen that happen. I've seen
Really?
people be denied boarding because they're so sauced.
I've
Yes.
never seen
That's
that.
a thing.
Happens occasionally.
Thanks for watching Cheddar on YouTube. For more clips of CEO and startup interviews, click one of the videos right here, or subscribe to us to get our live alerts right here.